It's Gary Kayye. We're here at the Alamo E4 AV Tour in Dallas, Texas, and I'm here with Paul Regensburg. Paul Regensburg is the National Account Manager of Sharp. How you doing, Paul?
I'm great. How you doing?
Well, Sharp is definitely sort of the de facto standard among the top, say, 3 or 4 manufacturers in digital signage. What's going on in the world of digital signage right now?
Well, it's busy as ever. It seems that everybody seems to be refreshing of some kind, from small screen formats to very, very large screen formats. Some of the recent things that we've seen out there is, to give you an example, our 90-inch, our professional display, was recently installed in New York City on 23rd Street, Time Warner Cable. They're using it as soon as you walk into the store. That's the first thing you see.
So they're using a 90-inch instead of a video wall.
Right.
Or it is the video wall.
Right. So what we're seeing is, even though we're still in the video wall business, we're seeing the customers say, you know what, instead of having 4 screens and 4 cables, wow, I can have 1 screen and I can have one display to manage, and it makes it a lot easier. Right. So we're seeing a lot of that as well.
And what about, what's the most popular size being integrated right now? Is it still in the 40-inch or 50-inch range?
I'd say it's still 60-inch and above.
Oh, 60-inch. Okay.
It seems that customers, they want bigger, and when we say we have a 90-inch, they say, wow, do you have a 110-inch? And it's like, we may be looking at something like that in the future, but right now 90 is the biggest we have. And our product is, digital signage. It's almost one of the TV stations, one of the broadcast companies is using our 90-inch displays as windows within their studio. So they have 6 90 inches in their studio. They have 2 cameras that do a panoramic view in New York City, and that gets projected on those screens. So it looks like you're looking out a window, but you're looking at content coming in. Yeah. So, and when they do a broadcast, it looks absolutely beautiful.
What are the leading applications right now for digital signage?
I would say so much retail. Every space you look. I mean, I'm a New Yorker, so I come out of Penn Station, the train, and I see a 120-foot screen right outside of Penn Station. So it's capturing the attention. You see in New York City that subway stations now have outdoor digital signage just to catch your attention for a couple of minutes, to flash something to you for a couple of seconds, and hopefully you'll retain that. Right. And maybe you'll buy that product, or maybe you'll ride that train the next time you see something like that. So,
well, another trend we sort of noticed in digital signage is there are some applications that are perfectly fine for even consumer products for digital signage, and then there's applications that are only appropriate for commercial products. If you could impart some wisdom and sort of give a guide for when you should spec a consumer product versus a professional product. And don't say you should always spec a commercial product, because you also have a consumer division as well. But I mean, there's got to be some guidelines. Obviously, one of them would be if you're mounting it vertically. If you're mounting it in portrait, you have to use the commercial display.
Right. So I think there's some maybe misunderstanding out there. We know there's no secret that Sharp makes Aquos TVs and makes some terrific TVs, and customers like the quality and they like the price, and we know that. But when you said specific about applications, one comes to mind immediately is command centers. If you're in a police command center, you're in Homeland Security. TVs are fantastic, but they're not made to run 24/7. Right. You can't mount them portraitly. You can only mount them landscape. Right. And if they're super big, 80 and 90, you can't really tilt them. It's not advised to do that. So when you need something for exceptional runtime and quality, and the best connectivity, meaning controlling that screen via a controller of some kind, you want to look at Pro monitors, even though there's a premium for that. But you get what you pay for today, right? So we make great screens, but specifically something like that, where you want something on all the time and be able to orient that landscape or portrait, that's when I recommend Pro.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a great product line. I'm excited. I actually just recently purchased a Sharp Q Plus TV, so I'm excited about it as well. And it's the Quatron technology, obviously. And so I appreciate you joining us today. Congratulations on your line. And of course, we shot a bunch of videos of both the consumer products and the commercial products here at the Alamo E4 AV Tour here in Dallas. So check them out by just clicking on the video link. And thanks for joining us today, Paul.
Great. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.